Alright, so I don't really feel like fucking shit physically. And yeah, I'm smoking a cigarette, and it's really just I don't need to be going through excuse me, horrible nicotine withdrawals right now. I went to the hospital last night. I spiked a fever like 7:30 in the evening. I ate. I had a craving for Taco Bell. Blech. Like, I don't even really like Taco Bell, but I was hungry, and I wasn't actually hungry. Anyway, I just wanted Taco Bell. What can I say? So I went and I got what was it, burrito? And after I ate it, I started feeling these intense shivers, really intense. Like, I was not okay, and I knew it. And there wasn't much I could do. By midnight, I couldn't get the fever to come down. It was really bad. And when I can't get a fever to come down, it usually means trouble. And it was really hot yesterday. It's supposed to be warm again today. I'm drinking hot tea, which I know probably doesn't make sense to people, but if you know how to heal yourself, then, I'm got a spot on my shirt. Anyway, I don't know if I'm picking myself apart or other people are picking me apart. Yeah, it's a little bit of both. But anyway, I couldn't get the fever to come down. So delirious and everything else, and I knew my fever was over 100. I knew it was. I didn't have a thermometer, but I knew it was. I know what it feels like. And I knew that I hadn't experienced anything like this for years. So, like, at least 2-3 years at least. So I go to the hospital, which I usually don't do, unless I really feel like something's wrong or like I can't figure something out. And it's impeding my ability to function, which was like, this was just getting worse. I could not get it under control. I took Tylenol twice. Nothing. I felt nothing. I felt maybe better for maybe like half an hour. I went through the cycle of like cooling down. And then I could stop, sniffles. And then I could feel myself heating up again. I swear my dog got me sick. She's the only one who's been sneezing on me for the last couple of days. Stop, Mia, please. I love you so much. What is it every time I turn on the camera, huh? She's the best. Oh, I love her so much. So I go to the hospital. She's the best. I love my dog. And, I think they probably thought I was on drugs or something. Who knows? Because I was not well. I mean, I could barely see. My vision was going black. Mia, stop, please. My vision was going black. All I could see was like white spots in my vision. Like sunspots almost. And, but before that, there was something very profound that happened. And, usually when, someone's had a fever or something like that and they're delirious, and I know I was delirious, but I was praying. I pray regularly anyway. And I was talking to God. And I was asking for help. I was begging for help, really. Just please, please help us, Lord. Please help us. And it felt futile to a point because, there's nobody there physically. We don't have anybody in our lives physically. There's nowhere for us to go. There's nowhere for me to go and isolate, like you're supposed to when you've got COVID. I haven't been going into the public restrooms today because I don't want to be touching, sink. I don't want to get anyone sick. As aloof and weird, whatever the fuck people think of me, I'm actually a very kind, gentle person, and very empathetic, and oh, my head. So my body's really sore today. Like, I feel like I got in a car accident or something. Like, someone beat me. I've never been beaten exactly, but yeah, I've been in car accidents, and oh man, it's like really sore. Like my long bones, especially. Like my femurs, I don't know what this bone is in your arm. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I think this is your tibia. Oh no, your tibia is in your leg. What the fuck should I know? Anyway. I helped one of my ex-boyfriends years ago study for medical school, but like, I don't remember it all. I'm sure I know the name, but I just can't think of it right now. I'm not gonna stress on anything, which is like a skill that I'm really good at. But you know, I did something that was very profound that seemed to turn the tide. And I mean, there was no reason for my fever to come down. None. There was no reason for it. No reason for me to just, you know, start feeling better. Like, none. Really none. And it wasn't getting to the hospital that made me feel better. 5:55 on the clock when I said that. It was, I laid here in my car seat, my, you know, front seat of my car, and I, you know, all the people that had done me wrong in my life, all the people who had talked horribly about me, told lies. And I, you know, I can't even name names because there are so many. You have no idea how many people play in my energy all the time. And to this day, the people I haven't spoken with in decades, they still talk about me. They still... Get down. What are you doing? Stop. 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 You're all right. Stop. Shh. Hey, shh. Stop. Stop. They still do. Like, things that never happened when I was a child. People still... They can't get up off their butts and do the work themselves. No, they gotta talk about me. They gotta put their mouth on me. They gotta drag my name through the mud. And they still do it to this day. Like, it's not even, like, get a life. What the fuck? Like, aren't you miserable already? Like, don't you see why you're miserable? I swear. You know, and I really have empathy for that. And at the same time, you belong to God. I give you to God. And I told the Lord, I said, you know what? I forgive them all, Father. I love them all. You deal with it, Father. You said vengeance is yours, not mine. And it was in those moments that I started to feel better. I could feel my fever breaking. It was really bad. I could barely think it. I'm no wimp. But this was... And I was burning hot. But I got my wherewithal back. You know, I got my shit together in the car. I packed this up. I went to the hospital. And I was able to, like, explain to them. I passed out in the fucking waiting room. Like, what? Oh. Excuse me. I think I've fainted maybe, like, a half a dozen times in my whole life. Oh. Excuse me. I was in so much pain. Like the base of my skull, like right where my neck and my, so like ouch. Like I feel like I'm hurting today. And thankfully I found some Advil, and I have some Tylenol, but they prescribed me some like Zofran, like for nausea from the, but I'm sure they thought I was on drugs, you know, like between the messed up teeth and the fact that it probably looked like I was nodding off. And I'm like, yeah, when I was nauseous, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not on drugs. So no drugs, no alcohol, nothing. So of course they do a bunch of blood workups, like blood labs on me. And it comes back, you know, everything's clear except I have COVID. Bleh. Last time I had COVID was 2009, November of 2019. I went to my stepsister's house. And man, in less than 12 hours, all three of her kids, her husband, our younger brother while he was alive, and me and my ex, we were, I mean, really sick. And this is how, you know, this is how quick it came on so fast. Like within, I think like I ate that Taco Bell and I was feeling shivers while I was eating. But like, and I'd been taking a lot of vitamin C and a lot of vitamin E in the days preceding that because I had been in the sun, and it's a fantastic natural sunscreen because I don't like to put stuff on my skin. I don't get to shower very often, so I don't want to be all gooey, gross skin. And also, I don't appreciate the chemicals on my skin. Like I I smoke cigarettes, that's enough. So, you know, I don't need to, you know, add to that. Like, even with sunscreen, anything, you know, anything else that's carcinogenic. Anyhow. So I ate this Taco Bell thing. It was like a burrito. It was like a Crunchwrap Supreme, I think it was. Anyway, I used to really like them. So I know, and I just didn't feel like cooking, even though I have food in the car. I knew I wasn't feeling well enough to cook. And I mean, I usually do, but last night, I mean, I could literally barely move. I felt so rough. Like, not funny. And my dog climbed in my lap, and then I knew I was way too hot when she wouldn't even lay with me because I was too hot. And she's my hot dog. Like, she's really warm, but like for real though. So, I still have my bracelet thingy on from the hospital. So I guess I should take this off. So you always keep your knife sharp. A dull knife is really useless. Anyway, so me and this Taco Bell when I was over. I wasn't up the mountain. I was in a different spot, and all of a sudden, like I was feeling shivers and everything, but I felt my fever just shoot. Like within an hour, I was down, like really like down hard. I put prayers on. I was chanting Nam Bam Ram Yam Ham Om healing chant. I was saying prayers that I knew, like, you know, prayers out of the Bible. And I was just telling the Lord, like, he was searching me. I could tell. And I just said, Lord, I forgive them. I forgive them. I love them, Father. I love them. You deal with it. I can't. Like, I can't. I've chosen my path. And I still choose you, even in horrible duress and feeling like shit. And everything else, you know, I choose you. I always will. There's nothing that can change that. And so that guy always has like his whole head covered. Like, what? Does he have like leprosy or something? Just kinda... It's weird, right? Isn't that kind of weird? Look at him, he's not covered, totally covered. I don't know. It's the park rangers. I have no idea. What are they digging out of the trash? I hope it's not anything gross. No idea. I can imagine that being a park ranger has got to be weird sometimes. Anyway, no idea what they're doing. I'd be good at being a park ranger. What are they doing? Anyway, but I mean, I was saying these things to the Lord, like, you know, I have nothing right now. I have nothing, and I'm nothing without you, really. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm happy. And I don't know who needs to hear this right now or anything like that, but like, don't ever compromise your faith. Don't compromise yourself when you know you're doing good, when you know you're living right, when you know you're doing everything you can. There's a song, and I mean, I'm not really the greatest of singers, especially right now, because I'm not feeling well. But it's by Sunhouse, and it's just a man singing, and him clapping his hands, and he goes, "Don't you mind people grinning in your face? Don't mind people grinning in your face. Oh, just bear this in mind. A true friend is hard to find. Don't you mind people grinning in your face. You know your mother will talk about you, your brother and your sister too. No, don't care how you trying to live, they'll talk about you still. But just bear who this in mind, a true friend is hard to find. And I feel really emotional today because my brain's still kind of fried from the fever last night. But hey, all right, you don't yell, please. Don't yell, Mama's head hurts. Mia, stop, lovey, please stop. Stop, my love, stop, please. You're right. You're so good. I love you so much. I've had crazy dreams lately. Dreams of things I haven't had dreams about since I was a child. Stop. Mom, please. I've had waking visions of it. This group of people. I'm not going to say any more than that. But I think they know who I am. I don't know who they are. But like, I have a good idea what they do. Mia, stop, back off. And I guess there's been some debate. I don't fucking know. How would I know? You know, one of the best lines I've heard in a long time is, if you're not up to speed, don't get into details. It was Abraham Hicks, and she was talking about, you know, manifesting things in your vortex. So I understand, but like, I really don't know the details, so I'm like, I'm not gonna try to get up to speed with it, you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna try to get into the details, because like, genuinely, I don't know, is the truth. But like, apparently there's some question about me. I just rolled my eyes so hard, I checked out my own ass. Yeah, stop, please, Momo. Mama's not feeling well today. Of course, you already know that. She's like, so? She's really sweet, though. I don't know, not again. No. Like, I'm pretty rocked today. But it was like, it was a searching. And like, I feel better today. My fever is broken. I feel kind of gross. Like, ugh. Just, you know, I feel like I went through it last night. And I did, but I slept until about 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. So like 5 hours. And, I mean, I couldn't believe I got that much sleep. I was in so much pain, like a migraine type headache, like really bad. And, it was rough, like rough. I've only been around a couple people this last week. I mean, I was around people at church last weekend. But now, obviously, I didn't go to church because, you know, I'm actually, like, despite what people may think, I'm very sensitive to the suffering of others. Very sensitive. Which is part of the reason I have such a tough exterior. It's not easy being, like, what do they call it? Like, I mean, I'm a Sigma in my personality. I used to think I was an Alpha, but I'm not. I'm a Sigma. And as far as, you know, empath, it's off the charts. So I really, like, protect myself. And I know that outwardly it may seem like aloofness. Ow! That hurt. Don't do that again. You know what you're doing. You know, and I've been accused of being aloof and all these, like, weird things. So I'm like, I am so not, I'm anything but, though. I'm anything but that. Like, I'm not aloof. I put off an exterior because, and it's not a front, it's true. But at the same time, that's not how I feel inside. Because it's like, when you're such a deeply impacted empath, and when you're so connected with other humans, because separation is the illusion. It's the illusion. It's 1933 on the clock when I said that. Separation is the illusion, though. There's, you know, the truth is we're all connected, and the more you separate yourself from others with your words, with your thoughts, with your feelings, whatever, the more you're living an illusion. You know, like, you know, these are all things I've known for a long time, and I haven't really spoken about them. I haven't spoken about a lot of things. Excuse me. But, it's really important to protect yourself. And I don't have any cushion out here, man. I'm on my own with my dog, and I gotta care for her, and there's no mercy out here. Like, there's, when I get into trouble, like, I run out of money, which happens. Right now, fucking gas is like almost $6. I'm struggling to find gas for less than $6 a gallon. It's like I have to drive all over town to find it, and then I have to drive all over town to get deals on groceries, and cook myself, and I'm like, I'm not complaining. I usually don't even like give it a second thought, but like these things, when you're sick, now I'm gonna isolate myself. I mean, not that that's much of a difficult thing to do necessarily, because I'm not around people. Like, I make it a point to stay away from them mostly. So, I'm not exercising today. Yeah, no, definitely not. And drinking hot beverages helps COVID. I don't know, really, like Tylenol, hot beverages, and Advil. I don't really know what else helps. Nothing. Getting up and moving helps too. It somehow like helps get the crap out of your system. And I've never been vaccinated, not with COVID. Stop, Mamu. I'm standing my ground. Move. She's like, I'm so cute. So anyway, but yeah, I went to the hospital, got my paperwork, and they did like a venous blood gas on me, and they did a bunch of stuff. Like, they took my blood. They didn't make me pee in a cup or anything. I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I was so dehydrated, I couldn't pee anyway. 22:11 on the clock when I said that. Anyway, I'm waiting on the Lord too. And it's nothing easy about having patience. Nothing. Especially when you're hurting, when you're suffering. It's hard. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. Well, God is the way maker. And if you could hear the testimony that I have about my life and how the Lord has brought me through and saved me so many times. And just because I turned to him, and I turned to him with a pure heart, and I said, Lord, you're all I have. I count on you. And, people are like, just recently, I told somebody that I would pray for them, and they were being an asshole to me. I know they were trying to get under my skin. And they did for a minute, and I was like, you know what? Then after they thought they had gotten under my skin, which that's not what got under my skin. When they thought they had gotten under my skin, they came back and retorted, we should hang out. And I'm like, yeah, no, never. Like, I will never hang out with you, ever. I didn't say that, but I said something like, I'll pray for you, and that's all. I think that's exactly what I said, actually. And they said, I don't need you to fake pray for me. I'm like, there is nothing fake about my relationship with God. There's nothing fake about it. Nothing. It's all very true. It's all very genuine. It's all very authentic. It's just where I operate out of. That's what I know. And that, truthfully, that's the only thing that's saved me multiple times, is my faith. End of story. Period. Roll credits, fade to black. That's it. And when you let the Lord work in your life, and you let the Lord work on you, get off of me. When you let the Lord work on you, and you do it with a heart, and maybe your heart's not pure in that moment, but the heart that you're presenting to the Lord in your time of need, in your pain, and your suffering, and you go to the Lord with it, and you say, Father, help me. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm tired. I'm scared. I don't know how this is going to work. And I know you're a way maker. I know you are. I've seen you make ways where there weren't any. I mean, the Lord parted the Red Sea for his people. Can we not believe that he would get us through our day? That he would save our loved ones? You know, and as much shit as my stepsister, my younger stepsister, has talked about me and brought other people in on the bandwagon and everything else, I still pray for her salvation. I still pray for the Lord to be with her. One of the last times I saw her, she called me up and she asked me to come bless her house. And I said to her, Kirby, I'm not a priest. I don't, shouldn't you talk to somebody that, like, has some authority there? And she said, no, it's got to be you. I had never been asked to do such a thing in my life. Not for someone else. I always blessed my own home, but not hers. And she and I have been very estranged. Sister's got some interesting delusions about things that never happened, is the fact of the matter. I have friends that we grew up with too. Ashley Thompson, Cheryl Lee, other people too. And none of them remember any of the things that my sister says happened. On top of that, my sister started telling other people my childhood stories as though they're her memories. I asked my psychiatrist at the time about what that is, She's not alright. And I don't say that with any pleasure in my voice or heart or mind. Not 1 ounce. It's embarrassing. I taught her better than that. She's tougher than that. All these people. I'm not trying to call anyone out. I love you all and I forgive you all for everything you've done. All of it. And some of you have really gone the extra motherfucking mile to fuck me up. And no idea. I'm a really good person. I always have been. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But I really make the genuine effort. And I have in my life. And there's some of the things, I'm not trying to compare anything other than the behavior. But some of the things that have been done to me in my life, I would never. It doesn't even occur to me to do that. To destroy someone's reputation. Lifelong. Without good reason. Without the truth involved. Yeah, no, definitely not. If there's no truth to it, you will not hear me talking about that. No. I don't put my mouth on people when they don't deserve it. This thing about my contact at Subaru. Everything that I've said about that person, I could prove that, if necessary, in a court of law. I can prove it all. There's no dishonesty in what I'm saying. I am not looking to trash anyone. I'm not looking to gain anything out of it, except just people should know. People should know the truth about, how we've been treated and the things that have been done to us and, why I may, respond the way that I responded. Because, if you understood, it would make sense to you why. But without an explanation, I know that it's difficult to understand where I'm coming from. Oh, crap. Oh, bloody hell. I hope it's here. I took off all my jewelry last night. I don't know. It was a suggestion I heard in my mind, so I did it. And, that, along with the forgiveness, it seemed to help. I don't know. It's weird. But, I was desperate to try anything. Hey, does anyone know how you figure out who you're talking to telepathically? Does anyone? See, I hooked all my earrings together. There should be 4 here, but there's only 3. Fuck. Those are my favorite earrings too. Okay. But I've had this voice inside my head, and it's not it's a human voice is the thing. Because it's not spirit, because spirit doesn't ask questions like that. Like, I don't, anyway, no spirit that I know of. I mean, they're like very human questions to ask. So I'm wondering if anyone knows about that. I feel like it's down here, but I can't see it. Stop, meow. Stop. Oh God. But yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to look another time. I have no idea where it is. But please, Mimi, go on, please. And anyhow, forgiveness is powerful, and it's one of the way makers. It's one of the ways to make a way for yourself, because sometimes the Lord can only do so much. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Until you make a way for Him to make a way. And I felt it moving on me. I felt the Spirit moving on me. And I felt the Lord speaking to me. I didn't hear Him. I don't hear the Lord like that. But I felt Him moving. I felt the Holy Spirit moving through my body. Even with the fever and all the other nastiness that was going on in my body. I felt the Lord moving. And I trust the Lord. I do. Implicitly, I trust the Lord. So, oh my God, though. But, when you find yourself in the midst of hell, basically, and life has been hell for us. It's been really hard in the car. It's a little bit easier with this car, but even this car, the seatbelt chime is on constantly when I'm driving. I can't get it to go off. I'd have to disconnect the stereo, which I'm not going to do. And then the brakes, the anti-lock brake system light is on. And, obviously the car's not on right now. But also, I've lost the use of my cruise control because something about the brakes. And that's what the brake shops that I went to said. So, I'm between a rock and a hard place, no doubt about it. And the people who have treated us badly, the fact of the matter is, if I had paid for this car, I would never have been treated like that. No fucking way. And that's just wrong. That's just wrong. It's all types of wrong. To give someone, to donate them a car, and then to just to promise them things and then not fulfill those promises too. And not only that, but to talk badly about me. Are you kidding me? Like, do you know who you're talking about? Do you have any idea? No, I don't think you do. I don't think you do, because if you did, you might shut the fuck up. Yeah, you might shut your dumbass mouth, because all you're doing is making yourself look like a fool. You're bringing curses on your own seed, on their seeds, on their seeds, on their seeds, seeds. You have no idea what you're doing. No idea, because if you did, you'd really shut up. Like, fact of the matter is, you would, and you'd at least help, or recommend something else. Give me some suggestions, something. But I don't have tools to work on brakes. I don't have a place to work on my car. I don't have a shop. So what the hell am I supposed to do? Someone showed me how and gave me the parts, and I'm sure I could do it. But I've worked on a lot of my cars. But I've got sand in my hair. I have nowhere to take a shower. I have to go to drive, all over town to get a shower, and I have to deal with all that bullshit and then be in those showers. I can't go take a shower right now because I'm supposed to be isolating myself. So I can't just go use one of the showers, and get everybody sick, or potentially get them sick. I don't know that I actually would, but it's not worth the risk, for them. Not for me, it's worth it. I need a shower, but for them, because they're all in the same position I'm in anyway. They're all living on the street too. living on the street, some of them not in cars. And like, that's hard. It's hard to live on the street. I know, I've done it. And if I hadn't had my Papa Bear, Paz Fuentes, Bear, they called him. He's my Lakota Sioux father. He adopted me into, he's an elder in the Lakota, or he was an elder in the Lakota Sioux tribe. You know, and then I've got my Apache ancestors too. My Russian Jew ancestors. But when, you know, when other people are in the same position, I don't want to hurt anyone. There's no desire in me to hurt anyone. I'm not a malicious trickster, you know, crappy spirit. I'm just not, you know. I know I haven't been that great in other lives, but in this life, I've been pretty freaking good. And, you know, whatever people want to say or whatever, they're really just cursing themselves. And that's really how you have to look at it. You know, when people put you down and throw you out like you're a piece of trash, it's really because that's how they feel about themselves. And furthermore, they can't help themselves, so how could you ever think that they could help you? You know, turn to God. You know, and I'm not talking about religious stuff. I mean, like a wholehearted, concerted effort to love the Lord. I mean, you have to understand that people that talk shit about God, look, the very molecules of their bodies and beings are held together by God, the Creator, the Most High, so that they even have breath in a body that was given to them as well as a gift to talk shit about Him. Now, how absurd is that? Are you following? Like, how dumb that is? And so when you lay any charge to God's elect, you're doing the very same thing as cursing the Lord. And that's like, ouch. Don't do that. You know, you're better off just not saying anything at all. You know? I mean, you're just better off. What is up with all the fine men? They like come out the woodwork or something. I haven't seen like any fine men in probably like a year. And they're just like, they're everywhere. I mean, really though. My God. Like, did the gods sculpt you this morning? Bro. So, I don't mean to objectify people, men or women, but like, so fine. Oh my God. All tan, taking good care of their bodies and shit. But you know what the thing is? Most of them aren't healed. And frankly, I don't care how fine you are. If you're not healed, I have nothing for you. Nothing. Besides, I'm saving myself for my husband. And no, I'm not a virgin. But like, you know, I'm just not dealing with bullshit anymore. Like, ever. I've even told the Lord that I'd rather be alone for the rest of my life than go back to some crappy, toxic, boo-boo bullshit, you know, relationship. And like, I haven't been with anybody really in my whole life. Well, there might have been a couple people. Well, one specifically. But like, everything got messed up. It was like everybody always wanted to get in between us. Anyway. Anyhow. I digress there. My brain is like a blast from the house. Alright, so I've been having a lot of dreams about this group of people. I had dreams about them when I was a child, and I had my little boy that I used to dream about all the time, like every night. He was always in my dreams. And I started not dreaming about him again, but like the group of people that we used to be with. Got hair on my nose, somebody see it? Bella hair. But anyway, that group of people has been coming up in my dreams again. I don't know who they are. But you know what, I you know, whoever's moving toward me, you know, piss or get off the pot, really. Because like, you're lagging big time. And like, I'm sitting here and like, I frankly don't know how much patience I might have left by the time you finally like get your shit together, you know? Like, I'm done with it. I'm tired of waiting. And I'm not an impatient person. I lost patience with this stuff. I'm tired of living in my car. I love my car. I love my dog. I'm tired of living in my car with my dog. It's exhausting. It's a lot of work every day, all the time. And it's just, and it, like, furthermore, I push myself really hard. I exercise every day. I'm outside every day. You know, I'm not sleeping all day. I get up early. I go to bed early. I can go to bed. Huh. Go to sleep early. I don't have a bed. And frankly, I deserve a bed. My dog deserves a bed, and she deserves a big yard to run in where she can be free and safe. And frankly, so do I. Like, you know, and all this stuff that's happened to us. Look, the Lord doesn't just replace what's been taken from you. He upgrades it. So have faith. Don't give up, and never give up on yourself. Because if you don't believe in you, who the fuck's going to? You know, I mean, like, as in a person, who's gonna do that? The answer is, like, probably no one, sadly. But, you know, rather than let that make you, you know, despair, which is not something of the Lord. You know, despair and discouragement is not of the Lord. You know, you do something about it. You know, use it. Use your anger. If you're angry, use it. If you're bitter, use it. It's your energy. Use it. Use it. Use it against your enemy. Use it against your adversary. Use it against yourself if you have to. You know, like, whatever it takes. Don't give up on yourself. Even if you don't believe in God yet, you will. If the Lord has called you, you will figure it out. You will. He will work on you. He'll work on you. I believe that he will. I've seen the Lord move in the lives of people I've loved. One of my exes, he just like took up backpacking. He said to find peace. I'm like, that's interesting. You don't need to do that to find peace, but like, I get where you're coming from, kind of thing. And I offered to help him get himself out of the prison that he's built for himself, and he just treated me like shit all over again. So I'm like, I love you, bye. I forgive you, bye. I give you back to God. I took you. I tried to help you. I loved you. You spit it back in my face. Goodbye. And it's not easy to do. And yeah, it hurts. But if you can't trust God, who the fuck, what are you going to trust? This world's not trustworthy. People are not trustworthy. Hell, I'm not even trustworthy all the time. Not all the time. Nobody is. But like, the people that are following the Lord, I would say 9 times out of 10, you can trust them a whole lot more and a whole lot further than you can trust other people. And I don't mean like the hypocritical people, you know, the hypocritical people in church and shit like that. I mean the people that are down to the ground, 10 toes down, you know, for the Lord, and down for each other too. Because there's something about a powerful fellowship, you know, wherever 2 or more are gathered, I am there. And I've heard that same concept in other, you know, theological studies that I've done. And I mean, it's a thread of truth that flows with everything. You know, there's I don't know, I think it might be Hindu, but when you and also in indigenous people's traditions, when you have more than one person, wherever 2 or more are gathered, I am there. And that's the truth. But I mean, that's what's part of what's made my journey so profound and so powerful, is that I'm not alone. I have my dog. And like, I know that may seem silly or trite or cliche or whatever the fuck you want to put on that. But the truth is, that dog has saved my life so many times. She has saved my life and not complained. She saved my life and loved me through it all. She saved my life and been happy to see me. You know, I mean, that dog has taught me how to love again without fear. No fear. How extraordinary is that? And if I can learn that from a dog, humbly be taught by a dog, what can you learn? From each other, from yourselves, from animals, from the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, a tree, all kinds of things. If you will humble yourself and see them for the teachers that they are, they will teach you. Anyhow, that's what I got for now. Love, blessings, and compassion to everyone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. No one's going to do it for us.